Well, friends, here we go again. This card this time, this Greninja Star from the Celebrations ETB, the promo, is the culprit of manipulation. And I feel like maybe every month, every other month, there's some crazy scheme to pump up a certain card and, people make money. And so since I sell on TCGPlayer and I get to see charts move up and down and I can kind of give some insight into how this happens, yeah, I'd love to do a video on this. But thank you guys so much for watching the content. I love making it. And by the way, if you are interested in checking out any singles from my store, I've recently uploaded a butt ton of stuff. I've got some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to have some footage rolling of that. And I sell all my cards to you guys if you order specifically from that link, just 5% under market. So I will ship them to your house at 5% under market, and I got some really cool stuff there. So just take a look, and if there's anything you'd like, feel free to put in an order, and I will get it your way with haste, okay? I will get it there very quickly. But, like I said, market manipulation. Anyone remember this card? You guys remember this card? What was this, three months ago, 4 months ago, in March? This Drowsy Illustration Rare from Scarlet Violet base got pumped up to like 80 bucks or 90 bucks or something like that. And prior to that, it was like a $20 illustration rare, and it got pumped up to 90 bucks, and it's now, I think, back down to like 20, 30 bucks or something to the tune of that. And so how does this happen? Why does this happen? I will explain it to you. And I don't know this per se. Like, I have never had any conversations with people who I know, like, for a fact do this activity, but I have heard stories, and it does seem like pretty believable. So it's my understanding that when a card is scarce enough, and not like scarce enough overall, like across the world, but scarce enough on the platform, a group of individuals, people who maybe they hang out in Discord together and they like to screw around and whatever. And I think you probably can make some additional money by doing this. And you would probably need like a couple $1,000s worth of capital just to like be willing to sling around. If you go on the platform and you buy out every listing of a certain card, and when I checked just before shooting this video, this Greninja Star right here only had like 19 near mint listings. So you'd only need, 20 bucks, 19. So you need like 400 bucks to like buy out all of those. And then when you do that, you can relist the card and just list it at a significantly higher price. And the next person who doesn't know anything about it and just wants to buy the card, they can just go on, and that's going to be the lowest listed one. Now that seems shady. It seems really, really hard to pull off. And I guess in theory, the only thing I can come up with is that in theory, the idea is to buy all of these cards, buy them all out, and hope that you can have it go up so much to where by the time they all show up, you can offload them. Or maybe throughout the course of the past few months, you and your group of people have been casually picking up these cards at $6, $7, $8. And then, same thing with the Drowsy prior to that buyout. People were picking them up all day for like $20. And then you buy them all out. You wait until it gets to on its way up, and then you start offloading them, and then hopefully you're able to flip a profit. Now again, TCGPlayer is going to take like 14% ish in fees, plus you're going to have to ship it out, deal with customers, all that stuff. So it seems like it would be difficult to pull off, but this kind of stuff keeps happening. Another thing that I think is like quite possible is these are groups of people that just don't necessarily need to make money from it. They just think it's kind of fun to do. And because just think about this, okay? Think about the dudes that you hang out with in Discord, that you have a laugh with, that you like post memes with, and you're yucking it up and just doing Discord stuff. Hey, I like to do that too. And you have a couple grand to spare and spend around, which I know like that seems like a lot of money, feels like a lot of money, but for a good portion of people, they could spend a couple grand. Like you and I could go, buy what fast food do I want to say? Go buy some Wingstop. Go get some hot honey wings at Wingstop. Be like the same thing for them, right? Just to spend a couple grand on buying a card out. And if they're able to do that, and then they're able to see the Pokemon community on YouTube go crazy, and they're able to share screenshots of these thumbnails of all these PokeTubers talking about something that they did, and they're probably laughing about it. Like, that does sound kind of fun. I like, is it lame? Like, sure, maybe, but does it sound kind of fun? Like, yeah, that sounds kind of fun. So that doesn't seem impossible to me. But it stinks because people get hurt, and the people who get hurt are not people who have like a tremendous amount of insight. Because let's be honest, if you know the market well and you see a card get pumped up where it has like a 350% increase over a couple days, you viewer of mine probably is not going to buy that card. However, someone who's just casual collector might not even know that it's spiked. They might not even look at the charts. They might just be like, oh, that's cool. Like Greninja Star, haven't seen that card in a while. And I'm going to add it to the cart and I'm going to buy it. And I know that seems kind of far-fetched, but it's unbelievably realistic that somebody like would do that. It happens all the time. In fact, I one time sold a card on the direct program. I still have a screenshot of this. I should show you guys sometime. It was for a Team Magma's Groudon EX, and I had it listed. I was the lowest listed card on the direct program. Market price on the card was like $100, and someone bought it for like $325. And the only reason I had it listed that high is because that was just like the lowest listed direct listing. And that's like one of my floor prices. And so I don't know how, I don't know why someone bought that card from me, but they did. Okay. So sometimes people just go on the platform. They don't look at stuff. They don't pay attention. They just click, buy. It happens. But people can get hurt. People can buy a bunch thinking that it is legitimately going to be a $50 card and they're going to pick it up when it's $20, and they could be right, but I think there's it's more likely that they're going to get burned and it's going to be right back down to $10 or $12 or whatever it's going to end up being in just a couple weeks. But I picked up a collection. This is pure coincidence that I haven't had these listed yet, because these are still, I've got 12 of these right now, because these are still sealed, like in their original packing. I didn't like put them in with the rest of the cards that I sorted, so I just had these out to the side because I sorted like 1,200 cards last week. And so I haven't even listed these yet. Now I get to be the lucky guy who's got these. But I went and checked this out, okay? On eBay, or I suppose I could do this on TCGPlayer too. People are buying these sealed for $60, $45 for this card sealed. That is insane. That is crazy. This card raw is a $5 card, but if it's in its original seal, people are willing to pay $50 or $60 for that card. That's wild. And I saw some PSA listings, some graded listings where the Greninja Star was like sold for $450 or sold for some people have it listed for like $1,300. You cannot tell me that this is a $1,300 card. I mean, I know demand is demand. Whatever someone wants to pay, hey, I get it. I preach that too. I think that's real. Okay. There's just no way. There's no way. People start the manipulation, I guess, by buying out stuff on eBay and making the slab scarce, and then they move over to TCGPlayer, I guess. And man, it just, as I'm saying it out loud, it does just seem like so much of a coordinated effort to like pull this off. And it seems so silly to me. Like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Like, get your cards out. Like, we're gonna buy this one, buy this one, buy this one. I don't know, like, can somebody, like, I want to talk with someone. Like, I want to talk with someone who's part of the manipulation community, just so I can be like, hey, like, what's that like? Like, I'm just so curious. I'm so curious if it works. I'm so curious if they make a bunch of money doing this. I'm so curious if, like, do they just do it for fun? Do they think it's hilarious that, tomorrow, mark my words, tomorrow or over the next few days, you're going to see thumbnails with, like, promos going crazy. Promos are cooked if you're cooked if you don't have one. Like, that's the thumbnail word that everyone uses. And if I was someone manipulating, like, I would see those thumbnails and I would get a chuckle out of it, because that's pretty funny. But be careful, and also check out your stuff, because if you have a sealed in the original ETB packaging Greninja, you could maybe post it with a picture and get $40 or $50 for it, which is cool. But again, remember this guy right here. Our friend Drowsy, gosh, these sleeves with that light. Our friend Drowsy got pumped, and now he is just sleeping on that bench right there. Yeah. So be careful. Manipulation happens. It can happen with sealed too, but it does. It's easiest for it to happen with a card that doesn't have a tremendous amount of listings, and like I said, the Greninja doesn't have a ton right now. So be careful. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys on this one. Again, check out my pro seller store if you're interested in the singles that I'm selling right now. 5% under market. I'll ship them to your door. Jesus loves you. I think God has an incredible plan for your life. I really, really believe that. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.